point about errors in the GPS and what it does to self-driving cars. Tesla's facing several legal suits, I understand, and I don't think they're going to come out all that well, because I think they don't work quite as well as Mr. Elon says they do, and I wouldn't be getting anyone for about 10 years, I wouldn't think. Thanks for doing it, Tamitha. I always enjoy Tamitha, of course. I enjoy her enthusiasm and her excitement. Even if it's after the event, it's interesting to see how she went. I think in the event it probably turned out a little more severe, perhaps, than even she anticipated. Thanks for doing it, Clint, and talk to you next week. No missions tonight, but afternoon missions tomorrow and Sunday. VK3EKH, VK3JR.
Thanks, Frank. VK3JR, VK3EKH returning. And you just to let you know, your audio sounds a little on the harsh side. Not sure what it might be, whether it's too much level, or maybe too much bass end. I'm not certain. But just for your information, if you go back and listen, you can listen to yourself on this YouTube stream. As soon as I stop streaming, it's available to listen to, and you can just fast forward it to the callback part of the session and have a listen to yourself, because I've got taking a direct feed off the radio straight into the computer, so it gives you an idea of how you're sounding if you want to get an idea of how you're sounding. Too much level, I can see. Just a little bit too much level for YouTube stream there. Yes, look, I forgot to acknowledge that what Graham said about electric EVs. I guess that's a point, because although most electric cars, most cars aren't really being controlled by GPS as such, but as Graham points out, in the future, there will probably be vehicles that will be automated. Having said that, actually, there is an interesting video on YouTube, I suspect. I saw it on Facebook, actually. Rob, if you're listening, VK3XRA, old friend of mine, Rob, he featured this YouTube clip on his Facebook page today, and was it yesterday? Anyway, it has a car that's being controlled by GPS and computer, and of course it's there's people in the car, but they're testing it, and the comment is that we're all a bit worried about how accurate a car will behave in an automated mode, where it is using GPS essentially for its location aspect on the road, and we're all a bit concerned about how well that will work, of course. But this article kind of lends to the fact that the technology for getting a car to follow the road accurately and precisely, and for the onboard electronics to tell where the car is and what's around it, is there. It is all there, and it's working fine. It is working absolutely fine, and doing what it's meant to be doing. And this particular YouTube clip takes you inside this car while it's driving along this American road, and turning corners and coming up to red lights and cars that are stopped at lights, and it's doing all computer controlled GPS. So, but there's a point there that if the GPS gets interfered with because of solar flares, I suppose it's going to cause a problem for those cars that are otherwise controlled. So I would imagine that a word would have to go out that morning somehow to alert drivers to manually operate your vehicles today. Yes, well, I'm not going to rely on that technology. I'm quite happy to be in control of the car. Thanks, Frank. No worries. All right, it's across to you, Brett, if you're still there. VK3AOB. This is VK3EKH.
Good evening, all. VK3EKH, VK3. AOB. Yeah, good broadcast. From what I've heard of it, I was trying to get the RTV feed, and I was not having much luck. So hang on, I'll just turn the monitor off. That's better. 1259. There we go. Just see if my levels are wrong. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. There we go. So it's just on 100% there. Right, there you go. Yeah. So I was sort of only half paying attention to what you're saying, but it was good what I did here. And I didn't get found all the RTV pages and stuff, and I'm not sort of typing in live feed, and nothing to do with it. It's something that I don't do much of, because I found in the past I've had a go at looking at YouTube clips live, and that's just bloody irritating, you know, that they just punch the ads in it willy-nilly, and no, it's not good enough. I download any clips now, and 90% of them don't have any ads, and then I play them back at my leisure, so that's the way to do it. I didn't see the aurora. I thought about it. I thought it's bloody cold out there. We've got a tower 3 kilometres west of here that I could have gone up, and that would have been an ideal vantage point to look at it. But with it, no, I decided I'd stay here. I've got too much on the plate that I'm fixing up, and I've got fingers in several pies, and I do tend to do everything at once. A bit of radio and a bit of music, and the maintenance and the mower in the garage and all that sort of thing. Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, it was quite good. I won't bore you anymore. VK3, VKH was the group, and the evening all, and shortwave listeners, and I think there's a couple of extraterrestrials they like to tune in as well. Back to you.
Okay, it's just a few things I have to select as I do this on the mixer. I was just checking the BATC feed because the repeater, the ATV repeater, does have a well, usually it has a connection to the British Amateur Television Club server, video streaming server, and I'm just checking that now. It doesn't look like it's up and running. I know that's been offline for a little while due to circumstances, but yeah, it's not there. So, but that's a problem it is in the realm of being fixed at some point. There is a ATVer, Rob VK3IE, that does run a stream to the BATC feed on when he's available to do it, but I don't see anything. I don't see anything there. I'm just checking. Yes, I am tired. I can feel it. VK3IE. Let's have a look at that. I'm just clicking on his call sign and seeing if there's anything there. Doesn't look like there's anything there. No, we can't rely on the British Amateur Television Club server, and it's not the server. It's just because we're not streaming to it. Yeah, maybe I should do that myself. I wonder if I can do that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, but yeah, certainly the YouTube stream is there. So by all means, just type in VK3CSJ in the YouTube search engine and look for the live symbol. I may not be alive, but at least the YouTube stream is. So there's a stick down my back holding me up at the moment. Oh dear. Anyway, thanks, Britt. Yeah, look, it was cold. When I was told to go outdoors, it was about 8 o'clock in the evening, and I definitely felt the cold here in Narre South. And then, because I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to head out again at 3 o'clock. I was actually keen to see if the aurora was still happening in the morning. And in fact, I've just realised I've got my mobile phone with me here, so I can actually show for us this picture that I took. which is it'd be better if I go and select gallery, because it's going to take me ages to find it, because I've taken 1 billion pictures since then. But even at 3 o'clock in the morning, it was nippy. And what I liked was the fog. And I really wanted to experiment with the all-night mode, or the night mode with the fog. Now, I should have downloaded some of these pictures so I could show it on YouTube, but for those that are watching the YouTube stream, that's the night mode on the camera there. So it just captures a very interesting effect. If it's really a dark scene, that's the creek. For those watching TV and the YouTube, that you can see the creek that runs past our property. What it's called Troops Creek, but it's got a romantic name, the Hallam Main Drain, and that's it there. But there's another picture here. This is our front yard. It's like a slideshow, isn't it? This is actually a view of our front yard at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you can see, for those watching, you can see the lights that I'm having to deal with. It's not a very good thing I'm doing here, showing the mobile phone up in front of the camera like this. But you can see the LED lights that are over the intersection here on Cranbourne Road, where Centre Road comes out at Cranbourne Road. And you can see how bright they are. And I'm trying to build an observatory in the far corner of the property. It's pretty ordinary. But as an example of how sensitive the camera is, this picture here that I've got up on the screen right now, for those watching the repeater, that shot that you can see there, and it's not really in focus. It is in focus, but the camera is not picking it up so well. I'll back off a little bit, perhaps. Everything you see in that image there was dark. I could not see. It was so black, and the sky was black. I could not see anything in that image. But using the night mode on the camera, everything is illuminated. You can see everything so perfectly. It's like an early morning shot with the sun behind me. But no, that was dark. Absolutely dark as. So now if I can find just the photograph of the aurora here very quickly, because it's in this group. This is what we saw from our garden outside the barn. Just quickly coming up on it. There it is. So for those watching TV, that's pretty much what I was seeing. It's not really coming up so well. Actually, the USB camera is not picking it up so well. It is actually pinker, if you can say that. But the USB camera is not seeing it as well as what I'm seeing directly by eye. Yeah, let's see if I can do this. Rotate the image. Rotate the pod, please, Hal. Is that going to pick it up? Oh, it's not. Yeah, the USB camera is just not really sensitive to that color spectrum, it seems. But anyway, that's looking from. You can make it out to some degree. Anyway, so there it is. It was an experiment. All right. On that note, at 10 minutes to 12 midnight, is there any more stations wishing to check in? VK3 EKH listening.
VK3 SPX.
All right, VK3 SPX. Have a go, Steve. Did I forget you? Did you call in? I must have forgotten you. I do apologise.
VK3, EKH, VK3, SPX. Yes, I did wonder what happened there. I thought I heard my call sign, but you went through the list so quick. I wasn't absolutely sure in the end.
Anyway, yep, here I am. Well, the Aurora was a big event, wasn't it? We, as you know, we're trying to operate mills on the air 40 metres on Saturday, and they just pretty well wiped us out for most of the day. Came good a bit late in the afternoon, and Sunday it was good, but Saturday it was hopeless. And but of course at night we got the Aurora, and I got a few nice photos. I went down to Lake Current because I thought that'd be good, because it was I'd see right down to the horizon. Went down there about 9 o'clock or so and got a few photographs, with the night mode on the camera as you described. And at about 10:30, I thought I might go down again and see if it's any better. And I went outside just in our yard, and I thought, why bother going down to the lake? That's right up there in the sky. And that's when I actually got the best photographs, just standing on our property. And like that one I put on the Discord was good, yeah. What else? Yes. GPS and cars and navigation, yeah. Well, I think basically the navigation along the roads and stopping at stop signs and turning corners is not really reliant totally on the GPS. So I don't think the GPS going a little bit wonky is going to make too much difference. If it goes completely wonky, then the car won't know what suburb it's in. But it's not totally reliant on that, as we know. You were a good signal throughout, Glenn. I thought a bit less than usual. When Temitha came on, though, she was about 6 dB more, so I think that's a question of just the audio level. Right. And, thanks for the information on the TV repeater and stuff like that you sent us, Clint. That was good. Not sure if I'll get to do it, but we'll just have to see. All right. And Temitha was good too, but she does get a bit repetitive, doesn't she? Why did she literally repeated herself a few sentences a few times. I thought that was a bit weird, but anyway. All right, thanks, Clint. VK3EKH, this is VK3SPX.
Thank you, Steve. VK3SPX, VK3EKH. Okay, just making sure my levels are right. Apologies again, Steve, for missing you out there. I don't know how come I jumped over you. I went, because I wrote the list of call signs down, and I'm writing people's names associated with the call signs, and the thing that I noted tonight was that there were 2 Steves back to back, 3HK, 3SPX, and 2 Dellases back to back, VK5WA, VK3EB. So why I missed you after Steve HK, I don't know why. Anyway, we got you. That's the main thing. Yeah, I saw your picture on the Discord, and it is very good, excellent. As I made a comment, I think that it's brilliant. Oh, pardon me. I'm not sure if you're watching YouTube at the moment, but I've got my mobile phone resting against the Pro 3, the transceiver. And just to give you an idea, again, using the night mode for those watching, for using the night mode on the mobile phone, in that particular shot that's in view there, it's just impressive, I mean, I didn't have the mobile phone on a stand. Every shot was handheld. Yet in this image here, you can see the Aurora. The color, by my eye, the color is much brighter than what the camera, even this other camera, is not picking it up. But the point is, what you can see is the stars above in the image. You can see the Southern Cross, and you can see the pointers as plain as the nose on your face. This camera in night mode has picked up the stars that clearly that you can quite clearly see the Southern Cross and the pointers. And just below the Southern Cross and the pointers is the Aurora. and it's just completely so intense that it's blocking any other stars that are behind it. It's just a wall of aurora. Wouldn't it be nice to have given it another name? Anyway, but there it is for those watching Visions. Oh, I've dropped off the repeater again. Just now I can see for some reason, the repeater's decided to do its thing. Let's see if I can do this on the fly. Where is the tones? There, this one here. Just bear with me a sec. Let me run these tones. Alright. Okay. I didn't know it. I just turned the audio down so it doesn't run over 80 meters, at least I don't think it did. And if that's worked, again, third time lucky, maybe, I should have picture back up any moment on the repeater. But the YouTube stream's working fine. So there, okay. But that's impressive, isn't it, for those watching Visions, the YouTube, but having the stars in focus as sharp points of light from a handheld mobile phone. I'm really, again, very, very impressed with how that's working. So excellent stuff indeed. Repeater hasn't come back on. It's decided to go to sleep now, I think, which is what I should do myself. Thanks, Steve, and no worries on the information about the repeater. I didn't know you had another location that you can use. So yes, definitely from the more local location, you should have no problems in seeing the repeater directly. Absolutely. Yeah, if you can obtain that set-top box that I showed you, the GT Media V7 Pro or V7, I think it was. I know I've got one of those around here somewhere, but that'll work okay for sure. Not a problem. And the thing is, if you ever get into transmitting digital TV, DVB-S, because I'm uploading on DVB-S 2 High D HD to the repeater. That set-top box will cover the input frequency 1255. So not only will you be able to set it up to look at the output of the repeater, the two digital channels, but if you ever do get around to transmitting DVB-S2 or DVB-S standard definition, you'll be able to see it on that same set-top box. You can tune it in, not a problem at all. On that note, we shall conclude. So the repeater hasn't decided to come back in for some reason. I think it's decided to retire for the night. This is VK3 Echo Kilo Hotel. In fact, I can probably run my little one of my little announcements here. Where I've got to find a better way of doing this. I think this one here should be cool. So let's see what happens if I do this.
You are being tuned to VK3EKH, the official station of the Astronomical Society of Victoria, with the regular Friday night broadcast coming to you from the studios of VK3CSJ in Narre Warren South.
You're tuned to VK3EKH, the official station of the Astronomical Society of Victoria, with the regular Friday night broadcast coming to you from the studios of VK3CSJ in Narre Warren South.
You are tuned to VK3EKH, station of the Astronomical Society of Victoria, with the regular Friday night broadcast coming to you from the studios of VK3CSJ in Narre Warren South.
There you go. That just makes it more official, doesn't it? All those little announcements. Thanks, Ralph. All right, cheers, everyone. Take care. VK3EKH on behalf of the Astronomical Society of Victoria with the Friday night session right on midnight here on the 18th of May. We'll be back next Friday to do it all again. So cheers for now, and thank you for listening and watching. This is VK3EKH. Cheers, everyone.
Are you going clear, Clint?
preferably, but if you want to have some words, I suppose we could.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to go clear anyway in 15 minutes when I knock off work. But I was just going to make a comment about, you know, that picture that you put up of the aurora that was taken in New Caledonia. I don't know whether or not that was really seen there or not, mate. There's enough strife over there at the moment. So I reckon the glow in the sky would have been a few burnt cars and a few buildings on fire over in Noumea made over.
Well, it was the aurora, and yes. There was a similar image. I'm just got that going now. There's a similar image. I mean, not that one. Not that one. Where's my EKH? No, my call sign. It should be just there. There you go. Actually, it's not even coming through the repeater, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Let me just try that again with this reset function. I just want to see if that's going to work. If I can find it. Where is it? Where is the reset? Damn it. There we are, that one there. Okay. There must be a better way of doing this. Just a sec, bro. Just stand by a sec. Alright, that of course would have gone across YouTube as well. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm out of, oh no, there's a fraction of water left. Yeah, it's like what somebody else made a comment the other week. I posted the photograph of my image of the aurora seen at the backyard here, and the comment was that it was more likely to be a couple of batteries in somebody's EV that was on fire. Being picked up, the glow of a lithium battery on fire being picked up rather than the aurora. Thank you, Steve, for that. Anyway, that's the other Steve. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, no, that's definitely the aurora being seen there from New Caledonia. Alright, no, look, the repeater has decided to expire. It's not wanting to come back on, so... Oh, well, there it is. No, look, I'm going to disappear, Gray. I'll let you also finish up with work, and you can vacate the radio room there as well, and head to bed too, nice and early. I'll finish up at this stage. VK3GL, VK3CSJ.
Okay, VK3CSJ, VK3GL. Yes, okay there, Clint, no problem. All noted. Yeah, no, I thought I'd make a comment about that photo. There's a lot of strife going on over at the moment, over in New Caledonia at the moment, and it's certainly not the place to be. It's very active as far as rioting is concerned right at the moment. There's a lot of unrest over there in Noumea at the moment, that's for sure. And I thought, oh well, I'll make the comment about it because of that. The picture being burnt out cars and so on. Anyway, all very good. Yeah, I'll be finishing up shortly. 12:15 is knock-off time, and then I'm doing 3 o'clock until 11 o'clock on Saturday afternoon as well. So that will be it'll be the lot. I was also going to mention to you, and I don't know whether you'll find this interesting or not, but when I caught up with a guy at the Hamfest, he was at the table next to me, VK3GY, And he said to me, he said, "Oh, you sold your 9000D, didn't you?" And I said, "Yes, certainly did." And he goes, "I'm going to tell you," he says, "I've got it at the moment." I said, "Well, what do you mean you've got it at the moment?" He says, "Been sent in for repair." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, she sent it to me for repair." And I said, "Okay then, so what's the repair?" He said, "Look, I haven't really had a look at it at the moment, but it's something to do with the ATU, that the inbuilt ATU is not delivering full power output or something." He said, "Had you had any issues with it?" And I said, "No, not at all." I said, "In fact, the radio had served me well, and it worked faultlessly. Absolutely no issue with it at all for the time that I had it." And I let the rig, and then I told him the reason why I had updated. He said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I really hope it's something simple." And I said, "It's a bit disappointing." I said, I'm certainly not in the habit of selling anything that's not quite right. For the best of my ability, I'd said to her the history of the set, and I had all the paperwork and everything that went with it, including the original payment receipts. Told her where it had come from, the whole history of the thing. I said, because I think that people deserve to know about where things have come from. She had said to me that I ever had a problem with it, and I said, "No, never, not an issue at all." So I just said to Guy, I said, "Look, at the end of the day, you know me well enough that I'm not the sort of person to go and offload something that's not quite right." But it's just a bit disappointing to know that I've gone and sold it, and now that there's potentially, or is some issue that he's got to have a look at. I thought I'd share that with you, just in terms of the fact that there's another quirky little thing that's happened to one of those sets. Getting on a little bit. Anyway, all right. Well, look, I better let you go. I'll be knocking off work in a minute. So I'll possibly catch up with you. I don't know. I always say I might catch up with you over the weekend, but for whatever reason, that sort of never happens. VK3CSJ, VK3GL.
Yeah, thanks, Gray. VK3GL, VK3CSJ. Things that make you go, What can you say about that? So that was sent up to somebody in Queensland, wasn't it, or New South Wales? Gray, over.
Northern New South Wales.
Yeah, so to have to reship that, box it up and reship that down to Melbourne, what a pain. And she didn't contact you about that?
No. When she got it delivered, about a week later, she did contact me, and she said, had I ever had any issues with, I think she said low power output on one of the bands or something. And I said, "No, never at all." She said, "Oh, I'm not getting quite, the 200 watts out." And I said to her, "Well,